Professor Balachandran worked in various key positions for nearly 23 years in Indian Statistical Service, Government of India. Inspired by Guru Vethathiri Maharishi's Vethathiriyam Sky Yoga, he took voluntary retirement from his service and settled in Aliar and started following Vethathiriyam vigorously. He was Director WCSC ISFC, that is other states, OSFC, other states and foreign countries. He served in this position for nearly 23 years, that is from year 2003 to 2020, 17 years. He, along with his Yama, traveled to more than 20 countries to spread Vethathiriyam. They have also pioneered the efforts to spread and teach our Guru's Sky Yoga to the Hindi region of our country and also worldwide. It is he, Professor Balachandran, who is responsible in the establishment of Sky Yoga, not only in and around India, but also in many foreign countries. Presently, he is handling Sky Online English Foundation and Certified courses. We are very happy to invite you, sir, to this program. We are very eager to listen to your speech on the topic Revolution in Vedhathiri Education, Vethathiri Maharishi. Over to you, Professor Balachandran. Be blessed by the divine.
May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May we all be blessed with good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. Dear spiritual seekers around the world, a warm welcome to all of you on this English group meditation group organized by the Directorate of Digital Solutions, World Community Service Center. My salutations to each one of you, and thanks to our Professor Bharati Madam for conducting a beautiful meditation and giving an introduction. The topic is Revolution in the Field of Education by our Master Vethathiri Maharishi. Vethathiri Maharishi, he is known to be a spiritual master, having started a new program called Simplified Kundalini Yoga. In fact, it revolutionized the meditation technique, which used to be a very difficult thing. But by his constant research and reaching to the very high level of, right up to the level of divinity, he has been able to bring out the truths and has made the meditation very simple, effective, and to be learned by anyone, whether a person is educated or not, rich or poor, man or woman, irrespective of any compartmentalizations. Maharishi has been able to bring out a universal method of meditation. We're all familiar with that. And then later he went up even to Brahmajnanam, the ultimate reality, the truth, and how that one thing became everything, by which connecting all the religions, science and religion, and giving a practical shape to the entire knowledge and wisdom of diverse fields. We're all familiar with that. And in fact, last time, the earlier episode, we saw what are the revolutions he brought about in so many different fields. He was able to do that because he was able to reach that ultimate infinite level from which when you see the whole truth without any compartmentalizations. So any field, he could go to the very depth of it. And then from there, look at it, and any problems he is able to identify and also give solutions. The world has not yet fully understood Vethathiri Maharishi, his contributions in various fields, because maybe he's too close to us in time. Slowly, it will be discovered. And today, we are going to discuss about what are his revolutionary concepts in the field of education. And he felt that education is one aspect, one field. If that can be revolutionized, the whole humanity can reach permanent peace in a matter of 50 years or 60 years. And that is why he has given so much about this, he has considered this aspect so much, and has given at every step what type of education should be provided and how it can be done. Today's education, yes, it has provided a lot of knowledge. In science, so much of advancement has been there in the field of economics, politics, because of the education system, we have had tremendous improvements in every field. But with all that progress, are we in a peaceful state of mind? Individually, in a family, in our profession, with our fellow members of the country or the whole world, or with nature? It's a question mark, and we know the answer. So why, in spite of so much of progress in the field of education, so much of progress in the field of economics, science, why this has happened? And in fact, in one of the poems, Maharishi said that our consciousness, human consciousness, has been progressing over generations for thousands of years. But one big obstacle, or which totally turned the benefits of science into something draconian, was the discovery of nuclear bombs, atomic bombs. So should science go to that extent at all? Or can science be restricted only to see the positive side, positive growth of human beings, without affecting the nature, without affecting other animals, etc., etc.? Is it possible? Can we have such a type of education? And is not the present education bringing so much differences in wealth between the haves and have-nots? So while education has provided us a lot of solution, it has also provided more problems. Is it the fault of education, or is it the way education is being provided now. So Swamiji comes out with a totally a revolutionary way of providing education. So let us see some of it. If you want to go deeper into it, what is required, you can go to the World Peace Book. Written way back in 1958, 57. He has talked about these revolutions almost how many? 43 plus 20, 70 years, 65 years back. And they're still valid and still they have not been implemented. And that is why with all that progress, we are also on the verge of total collapse. We are seeing wars everywhere. The other day, Russia has made a statement that we will think of nuclear power, whether it can be used with slightly changing the equations. To that extent, it is happening. Fine. So, the present education system can be slightly modified in the following way. In fact, education should be the birthright of everyone. Everyone should be educated. So just like food, just like water, education also should be a part of our upbringing. And Maharishi says it is possible. It won't be difficult at all. And he comes out with various methods for doing it. So he says everyone born should be having about 15 years of education. Right from, say, age 5 onwards. Because later we can go even to the younger age group. So the primary classes 6 to 10 age, and then 11 to 15 middle, secondary, and then the higher 16 to 20 age group. So 15 years of education if everyone has. And in those 15 years, if we provide the right type of education, Maharishi says all the problems humanity can be solved. What we could not solve for thousands and thousands of years could be done in a matter of 2-3 generations. Is it not mouth-watering? Yes. So some of the aspects of education which you wanted to include is, now what are our basic needs? In fact, our education nowadays is more of theory than of practice, or specialization only in one particular field. And then it doesn't talk about value systems at all. And that's why sometimes the more educated the person is, the more crook he is. Using computers, how cheating can be done. All those things are happening. So can we include these aspects as a part of education to everyone? If that is done, then a total transformation of the society is possible. And in our present system, we think that doing something manual is considered lower. Doing something to do with intellect is supposed to be superior. Maharishi says everyone should be able to do things both at intellectual level and at physical level. And he says all of us should be able to produce certain things, work with physical hands, use machines, and also use intellect to go deeper into things. Now, what are our basic needs? Food, shelter, clothing. So Swamiji says that every one of us should know to manufacture, to prepare these things. So everyone should learn something about agriculture. They should be going to the fields and work in the field culture. They should also be able to produce, prepare food. I think in our society presently, at least it is changing now. Men don't know how to prepare food at all. It's considered as a woman's job. And in most of the families, the mothers, the entire lifespan is only spent in preparing foods. What a waste of time and talent and all that. So he says both males and females should be able to prepare food. Clothing is another very fundamental need. We should be, all of us as children, as right from the age of 11 to 20, 11 to 16 can be considered as juniors. They will be helping the people who are actually doing it. They will be helping them and learning from them in the fields, in manufacturing of clothes, in the agricultural fields. Similarly, housing, construction, all of us should be exposed to how to construct building. All these things should become a part of our education. So it is 8 hours of study can be 4 hours of studying in school, and 4 hours we'll be working in the field. So that all of us are familiar with all the things. And then only our personality expands. Otherwise, we have a very, very narrow outlook depending on exposure of only certain areas. You can't be a complete person with that. So we will be spending time in the fields, in the agricultural fields, in construction, in clothing. And we'll also be working with machines so that many manufacturing units, we understand them or work with them even by the age of 20, even by the time you complete education. So this, he says, should be for every individual. Then other areas which are equally important. So Maharishi talks about 5 important fields: politics, economics, health and hygiene, philosophy or understanding of nature. So in these fields also, all of us should be exposed to all of them, so that we have a complete idea of how the life progresses as individuals, as family people, as society members, how we'll be able to interact with them. All these things can be covered in these 15 years. In fact, the first 5 years, more focus can be given on a language. Learning of language becomes fundamentally important. And with that, and then we learn these fields, and simultaneously we go to the actual fields also and practice it. So that by the time you are 20, you are fully equipped to face the life, and you're already familiar with many fields of work. And apart from that, more importantly, apart from learning a language, apart from learning these skills, what is important is our character building, value system, morality, duty, charity, the virtuous ways of life. This should become a part of our personality right from the beginning, right from young age. If that is done, that I will not harm anybody, the twofold moral oath we take. I will not harm anybody, to the body or mind. And to the extent possible, I will be helping the others. So if morality, duty, and charity becomes a part of our life, of each individual, then so many problems will be solved. And then understanding the cause and effect system, the law of nature. So if that is also understood, what is divinity? How we are all connected. And for that, meditation system is also provided. So spiritual advancements also takes place right at the time of school education itself. So it is then that good habits are formed and you have a very expanded state of mind and you are able to live in adjustment, tolerance, sacrifice to the whole family. And slowly, we will find that too much of attachment to the family will give place to love towards the entire humanity, love to even other animals. So unnecessary competition, jealousy, hatred, all those 6 negative temperaments will not come about. And too much of hoarding, all these things can be solved only by this way of proper education to all the people. In fact, another important point, which generally we may not accept in the beginning, but after deep thought, we'll find that, yes, that's a very, very important point. Now we consider, so what he wants is that our education should be, we should all be in residential schools for learning. And in the residential schools, great scholars, great spiritual leaders, they will be guiding our lives. So students will be under their care. So when that is done and a proper education is given, proper food, everything, if it is done the right way, right from the beginning, we will find that the transformation slowly takes place in an individual, even by the time he is reaching the higher classes. So when the transformation takes place in those young age, then most of the problems of humanity will be solved and all of us can lead a beautiful life. So residential schools, to start with, maybe from the age of 10 to 20, if they are provided. And appropriate teachers are there, and proper training, proper education is provided, and then proper medical facilities. Food is according to the right type of food is provided, the right type of games and other cultural activities. If all these things are provided in the school, and they will also be working in the fields which will be adjacent to the schools itself, they will be having these facilities. It may appear utopian in the beginning, but to start with, even one school in, say, each state can be started. And with these fields, even the funds can be collected from there. Apart from that, the government and public, we need to provide. And so the education becomes universal. So it's not that only a rich man is able to get good education for his children. After all, every child is a part of humanity. And it is a birthright of every child to develop to the full potential. And later, Maharishi says that it can be extended even to nursery classes, age 3 to 5. Yes, now they will be under the guidance of parents anyway, but over a period of time, slowly, they will be part of the education system. And the undue affection between the parents and the children also will be reduced. And the old age people, they can all live together and they can visit the schools and have a relaxed time with the children. Young couples will be taking up various industrial work there, the nearby areas. So all those things can be planned very beautifully. So the complete social structure can be changed by being the family oriented to a much broader setup where everyone is able to get whatever is required, irrespective without, and slowly the money itself, quality, the necessity for money can be replaced by just providing your service, karma yoga. So this type for all these transformations, we can start from wherever we are. All these things cannot be done overnight. But if even organizations like United Nations organization, if they propagate and take it up, and different countries, governments can start experimental schools like this, where even newly born children also, if the parents are not known or if they are not capable of dealing with them, growing with them, for them, even from that time, this type of, they can be provided accommodation in these types of places and they can develop in these schools. And at appropriate time, difference, they can keep moving from one place to another within a country or even between countries, so that every individual does not consider himself or herself as only a part of particular caste or religion or language or nation or a state, but a person who belongs to the whole world. And his mind is one with the entire universe and beyond. It is this type of growth, this is the type of education all of us should be getting. Maharishi has given full details about it. And he says at least a few governments can come forward and then try these types of experimental schools. And seeing the progress, seeing them in 2-3 generations, seeing the quality of these children, more parents will be ready to send such children. Once the parents come to know that the children are going to be excellent character and they'll be having a beautiful life, many parents would voluntarily try to send the children to these types of schools because the mothers, they know that yes, it's going to be better for the children. But one instance, Dr. D.R. Karthikeyan, ex-CBI chief, so he said that this he actually seen where Dalai Lama, after exile because he was in India, many Chinese parents, they came and left the children under his guidance and left because they know that under him, the children will be able to be a fully grown children. So this type of transformation in our thinking is possible if such revolutionary steps are taken up wherever possible. So that will be a new model for the whole world. And you will find that all the other problems in our lives can be tackled much more easily. And then you will find that world peace is possible. That science will not be misused. Political power will not be misused. Economics will not be misused. And those who are less fortunate will be helped by the society themselves. And that is possible. And for that, one of the first things Maharishi suggested, of course, he has given revolutionary concepts in so many different fields. When we get time, we can discuss different areas. But one fundamental revolution he wants is start with education. That will be the fastest way to change our society. What could not be done in last thousands and thousands of years, we can change in a matter of 2 or 3, 5 generations. It is possible. So let us all pray and hope that this idea goes to more and more people. And more people in the, who got more power, political power, and right up to the United Nations, if these things can be taken up and done, that can be definitely a total change. And all of us can be able to lead a much happier, fulfilled life. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share Maharishi's concepts on education. Feel free to have any discussion on this. I'll be very happy to interact with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful explanation on the topic revolutions in education by Vethathiri Maharishi. And actually, you have quoted that what could not be done thousands and thousands of years can be changed in a short span of 5 to 10 years. Yes, definitely. Let us all pray for it and let us see a new world where peace is ensured shortly. Thank you, sir. Dear friends, it's discussion time. Please feel free to participate in discussions. You can just raise your hand. We will unmute you.
In fact, anybody can just even just unmute and speak. We made it that change also possible, can be done.
Maharishi has said about revolution in many fields and mainly in education. There is, if only the revolutions as told by Maharishi is brought into action, wonders, many wonders will be carried out. And that is the youth, that is, if how education should be, that right from young age to up to, that is how from 5 to 8 years, then 8 to 15 years, and 15 to 25 years and all. And that is, there should not just education theory level, but practical level. And also they need to know everything about, that is, say, the 5 fields he used to take: cooking, and then agriculture, construction, and weaving, etc. And that is, everyone should learn everything, so that and that is 4 hours of theory and 4 hours of practical, that is in the field. This will do wonders, and by the time they become youth, that is, they will be able to face the world in a happier way, in a very easy way. And also in schools, the moral, that is morality, duty, charity, this value education need to be brought into the school level, so that this will become man-made, that is education. And that is, education is not to make of machines, but to make a man a fully grown-up man. This will be possible if only Vethathiri Maharishi's revolutions are followed. And thank you, sir. Dear friends, anybody else to participate? I think they are all just
In fact, after the age of 20 also, when they have to go for jobs, even there they will be watched. And if each one has got some special talent, of course, then they may be provided higher education in that area. But they will be using their leisure time for that. And then, so their particular talent will be made use of for the betterment of the society. So in that way, all the original, talent also will be, it's not that everyone will be made to do only at a very minimal level. So complete, all the talents will be able to be brought out, and your special talent will be identified specifically and given special training so that your returns to society is much more. So very mouth watering. So I would request all of you to go through Maharishi's book on world peace. He has done very detailed discussion in other books as well, but World Peace book is definitely a book which is written more than 60, 70 years and still very much valid. Or even now it is advanced in time that we are not able to accept it. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Even Maharishi has told that there is more attachment towards children that is not to be there. And that is right from childhood. Residential, that is after a certain age, they are, say after 8 years and all. Residential education will be good, and good right type of food, education, shelter, everything to be provided in schools, colleges itself. And this will ensure good education, and also to make children a good citizen. And this is a very good revolution. That is, this should be followed at the UNO level. So they can just start it as an experiment and then slowly increase, bringing these things to world level. Let us all pray for this. Thank you very much, Professor Balachandran, for your wonderful talk on this subject. And let us conclude today's session. Let us all come to meditative state and bless our senior professor Balachandran. Senior Professor Balachandran, be blessed by the divine. His lovable family, be blessed by the divine. His present and future endeavors, be blessed by the divine. Thank you all, dear participants. I have some announcements to be made, and we have foundation course twice monthly, starting 1st and 16th of every month. Also certificate course, and we have Kayakalpa course being conducted 2nd Sunday of every month. Also, we have meditation. Daily, we have meditation, morning 6 a.m. and evening 6:30 p.m. sharp India Standard Time, followed by thought for the day. Please do join. Please bring in more of your friends and relatives so that they will also enjoy the bliss as we are. Let us make the world. Let us try to make the world peaceful. Thank you all. Be blessed by the divine. Let us conclude today's session with world blessings. May the whole world receive timely and sufficient rainfall. May all farmers happily reap their harvest. May the workers of all trades flourish. May the awareness of oneness in our thinking elevate our culture. May governance be beyond quarrels, competition, and enmity. May the stains of illiteracy, debt, and poverty disappear. May the light of wisdom ennoble our lives. May a righteous way of life guide our duties. May a righteous way of life guide our duties. May a righteous way of life guide our duties. Thank you all. Be blessed by the divine. We will meet again next week with another interesting topic on Vethathiri. Till then, please do join us on meditation and thought for the day. Thank you all, dear friends.
Thank you. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.